I don't know if you have two computers.
I could.
Oh, you
check it
don't
out
have
on my
to.
phone.
Oh, you don't
Okay.
have to. I was just saying, if you're curious to check and see if it was on, but to
Yeah.
me it says it's live.
Cool.
Woo!
All right.
Aloha.
Aloha. Mayong
Aloha.
buntag.
Mayong buntag. That's right. Welcome everyone. We are launching another episode of FYLPRO Fridays, and I'm so excited for today's episode because we have an alum joining us from the Philippines, Ray Villanueva. Woo!
Woo. Hi. Yeah, it's great to join you. Thank you for starting this awesome series.
Oh my gosh,
Excited
it's
to
my
learn.
secret excuse to talk to everyone. So, but in case of, obviously, a lot of alumni may not know each other or are members or viewers. So give us just a quick overview of who you are and how you got involved in FYLPRO.
Sure. Yeah. My name is Ray Villanueva. I'm an architect. I originally from the US. I was born in Maryland and then most recently moved back to the Philippines from Seattle, Washington. And I was in batch, I think it was 2017. And I first learned about FYLPRO through just chance. I got to go to the Here Lies Love production in Seattle. I think Jet and FYLPRO were very much involved with that. And I saw this sign that said FYLPRO and was interested. And yeah, it was amazing to learn about the group and its mission. And yeah, that's what made me apply. So yeah,
and
that's who I am.
Where are you exactly in Philippines? Where? Give us a sense of where you are.
Sure. We're in Negros Oriental, in the small town of Dawin. It's a beach town just south of Dumaguete.
Beautiful. And I've been to Dumaguete and Siquijor, and I love that area. So for our fellow kababayan out there, if you haven't had a chance, it's one of the hidden gems, I would say. A lot of I don't think there's a lot of people that go down to that area that much.
Yeah, I think it's definitely more low key and like Siquijor, different vibes. And Dawin gets that too. So yeah, it's a nice slow-paced life here.
Yeah, must be so different from the last place you were in was Seattle, you said, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, definitely a lot less rain, gray days, and a lot more time with family. So it's been not so good. Not very cool not having to be so like in the rat race and traffic and everything. So yeah.
I hear ya. I think that's what we have in common because I'm in Hawaii after living in Manila. So, sometimes you just need to unplug, but I know you're doing some amazing things. And, I notice your background and it's really ties into the work that you're doing and you moved there for this. So
Right.
tell us about what you're doing.
Sure. Yeah. Here in the Philippines, my wife and I started a bamboo treatment facility, and we have FYLPRO to thank because right after during the immersion program, I was paired up with a local NGO here in the Philippines called Base Bahay, who are doing social housing projects all across the country. And so after learning about their mission and learning what they do, I was really inspired to be a part of it somehow because it's giving opportunities to Filipinos that they never have. And I think I was at my desk in Seattle doing drawings and being like, man, why can't I be working on something more meaningful that I'm passionate about? And so I stayed in contact with those mentors from Base Bahay, Maricen Delandini, she's the general manager. And I have really to thank Ayala Foundation for hooking us up, putting us together. But yeah, I think it was a year and 6 months after we met at that immersion program, we started this business. We're basically a bamboo supplier for their housing projects all across the country.
Wow, sustainable, making use of the land and your talents, and that's so awesome. So
yeah,
give us a sense. I mean, so you had a video, I know.
Yeah.
Wanted
share.
to give you a chance to kind of show us the cool things you get to do. And I think what strikes me about what you do is that you really work with the locals to, give them financial independence and success, right? Tell us about what we're seeing.
Sure. Yeah. A lot of what I was excited about the most is this new opportunity to use this undervalued resource that we have here. Uh, so many times bamboo is looked at as like not durable, poor man's material. But if you treat it correctly and do design well, the bamboo should last forever. So we're really trying to change the perception of bamboo. And we get to work, like you said, with people all the way in the mountains harvesting. We have about a team of 40 plus harvesting bamboo every week. And then at our facility, we treat bamboo. You can see some images of that. And we make some products from the offcuts. And yeah, we're doing engineered bamboo and employing artisans to really highlight their craftsmanship and just build a community around bamboo.
It's beautiful.
So, yeah, we're lucky. This is a dream for me to be here and to be able to work with these people.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe you'd say it's like a poor man's material, because it's so, I feel like it's almost luxury now, but maybe that's just my perception, the way that it's marketed. When we look at these retail stores here, I don't think it's cheap, right? I mean, it takes a lot of art.
Well, you're right. It has the duality. Like we have it like as kind of a poor man's material, but also a high-end luxury type of thing. Like there's amazing buildings in Bali or a lot of Southeast Asian countries, and even all the resorts here are all made out of bamboo. But there's not really an option for like the middle. Like those are the opposite ends of the spectrum. And so that's really what Base Baha'i is focused on, and what we're sharing their vision and trying to make housing like this. We got to build our own house.
It's beautiful, like just from what I see.
Yeah, it's another dream come true, being able to design and build my own house. And yeah, it's been great. Yeah, so we're sharing Base Baha'i's mission to like make this more attainable, accessible, affordable to just everyone, from the social, economic, housing to middle income. So that's one thing that we're up to. We started with this house, and now we're building like a small eco village right behind our facility, where we're going to have model houses of every type of house, that different economic
price points, different price points.
Yeah, different price points. Exactly.
Yeah, because I was going to ask, because I know when you think of, like you said, some of these resorts, it looks expensive, I have to say. Yeah. So I don't know if I could build my house, in an affordable way with bamboo. Yeah. But that's what you're trying to do over there.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is making the material durable. Like our treatment process really makes it last forever, and also training. We're partnering with lots of architects, local builders, and how to design for durability, and also so the training to be able to put together houses. Yeah, as an architect, I want to be able to like design everyone's house or whatever, like coming from the US and having that mentality of like getting projects. But more for us here, it's been more about creating a network and community around how to build with bamboo, and it's gaining momentum, which is amazing.
Yeah, Kawayan Collective is the name.
Yes,
right? Kawayan Collective, which means bamboo. Yes. I just found out. So yeah. I don't know how I did not know that, but I guess because most people just say bamboo. They don't say it in Tagalog or whatever dialect. So but yeah, no, this is awesome. You are actually launching a business as a FYLAM there. What were some of the struggles? I mean, I think a lot of us, we want to do that. We have this dream. There's a few of us who have, but there's always that cultural barrier, or there's a lot of road bumps, right? Tell us about some of that.
Definitely a lot of
Definitely. You're like, yes.
Yeah. But even like starting from the beginning, you hear my parents were like any other Filipino parents, like, you better do the feasibility studies and watch out, because they might steal from you and like all those horror stories. But I think the main approach that we've taken with this business is like to test the assumptions that other people have, like not just say, okay, don't trust anyone and all that sort of thing. It's kind of, we're coming at it as like we're a team, we're learning together, and mistakes will happen. And so a lot of the roadblocks we've come up against is like just the paperwork and getting established as a business is like so hard in the Philippines compared to the US, where you have like all these different steps of getting a business permit. Or if we want to export some bamboo, there's like, just maybe you have to pay people like a little extra at the port or the Bureau of Plant to get product out. So just learning all those hurdles and roadblocks has been some growing pains, but there is a network of like furniture builders and other people working in the industry that we've been able to consult. And even just the network of FYLPRO, like whenever I have a question about like, does anyone have experience in shipping or exporting or a good lawyer they could suggest, like I've just posted in FYLPRO alumni and people respond with different suggestions, and it's been great to have this extended network.
No, I know. And I think that's what we're trying to do here is to connect people, right? Because it can be a little bit challenging. You feel almost a little bit isolated when you're out there. But you touched on a very good point. You know, a lot of people don't understand that, but there's like this empty line item you have to reserve for extra expenses.
Yeah.
And every business owner I know just allots that. Right. I mean, it's so different here because it's considered, you know, corrupt, or it's considered, you know, it's just a negative thing. But the fact of the matter is over there, it's just part of doing business, isn't it? Like, how do you get over that mental block? Like, because we're so different with our cultures.
Yeah. I think for the most part, we've been pretty successful in not having to do it. Like, the first time we went to that agency to get the approval, they called us, the guy in charge. Well, actually, their staff warned us, like, be wary, our boss will call you for a bribe. And so we knew that going into it, and like, we're just really adamant about like getting receipts for everything because we're a business and we need to account for everything. And so for that, we've been able to basically skirt. But I think when we get more, that's one of the reasons I want to kind of go on this show, to kind of also more networking and hopefully get other ideas for exporting and that sort of thing. So,
yeah. What do you need? Yeah. I guess now that you've had a year or two to really establish, get over those initial growing pains, what do you need now? What kinds of things are you looking for and could use in terms of your business?
Well, so we're a really lean company. We have only me and another engineer and my wife. Me and my wife are the co-founders. But I think that like shipping and online selling and product development, we have a lot of clients that come to us with ideas and producing a special dog toy or like a plastic replacement with bamboo. So I think we're really open to that type of collaboration if anyone has an idea. And then
when you say shipping, I was going to ask you, when you say shipping, be a little bit more specific. Like, what do you mean shipping? Like, you need to ship these large pieces of furniture and you need contracts, or what are we talking about when you say shipping?
Yeah, we ship everything from like big poles like this behind me to like small products that we make. I don't have any examples around here, but yeah, we have
a dog toy apparently.
Yeah, dog toys. So yeah, just probably a logistics partner. We've worked with a bunch now and they've been pretty painful to work with. So
how do you find them? Is it just word of mouth? How do you find these people, these partners?
Yeah, just word of mouth, or even just they're the largest company in the Philippines actually doing it. And it's very it's not very encouraging working with them and seeing how they work. And it's the prices right now also are crazy because of the whole pandemic. And but yeah.
Yeah, I think when when I talk to a lot of people who work in exports in that kind of business, it is logistics is such a huge issue in the Philippines. 'Cause obviously, it's an island
Yeah.
nation, and it's not as easy, and there could be monopolies and things like that.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, again, what keeps you going? Like when you start getting frustrated, when you're like, oh, I can't even deal with this, and there's no better business bureau to complain to, or like, how do you get through? How do you, overcome that?
Yeah, I guess it's it's a work in progress. I think we haven't overcome a lot of those hurdles, but I think uh, we try and make bamboo or pivot so that we can find other customers. Like right now, after this most recent typhoon, we're working on a starter house kit. So like a way that we can help those folks. We actually did a fundraiser, and we're working with a lot of NGOs now, like Habitat, and uh, the Catholic Church has also an initiative to help the Odette survivors. And I think that ability to pivot and like, because bamboo is such a versatile material, you can make everything from houses to dog toys. And I think finding all those customers local and abroad and within the Philippines has been kind of the way how we've survived through the pandemic.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we were really lucky at the start of the pandemic. We had to close down, and we did a fundraiser because we saw all these folks doing the quarantine facilities. We started a fundraiser to make bamboo beds for all these facilities. And FYLPRO is amazing. They sponsored, I think it was 25 beds for local facilities. And yeah, we were able to do about 100 total beds, and it really helped our community stay active and earning during that time. So really grateful for FYLPRO during that time.
Yeah, I actually was going to ask you about that, because I had seen that you guys had done beds as well.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I think the big thing about being part of this network is finding opportunity anywhere. You never know, especially with tragedy. You wouldn't think
Right.
that would be something that you could work on, but again, you were able to help and increase visibility for what you're doing.
Yeah, I think, yeah, we're just trying to be of service to our community, and it's an opportunity in the face of adversity. But I think in the end, it will help us with product development for our business, and yeah, really hopefully benefit more and make bamboo more affordable to everyone.
Mm-hmm. And so, Ray, have you connected with other? Well, I guess I don't know if there's a lot of FYLPRO people out in the Philippines now, because I was just asking you about that, whether there was a lot of alumni or members or anything out there, because I think most of us ended up staying here. You're
Right.
one of the few.
Yeah, I think a lot of folks have been coming back more now that travel has opened up. But yeah, no one I think is based here.
Mhm.
Most are based in the US. And also, I think on our alumni, there's not many architects yet. So I think we need more of those.
Is there a Filipino Architectural Society, or?
There is, yeah, there is well, locally there's the UAP, the United Architects of the Philippines, that I've been trying to get more involved in. And then in the US, I don't think it's very big yet. I need to do more research on that. That's a good point.
Yeah, because that way you can meet, even just like-minded folks like yourself. Because I know this bamboo movement, I feel like, has been around, but I don't know if people have been able to scale it to the level of, like affordable housing, right?
Right.
Prefabs, I've heard of prefabs. Can you actually do prefabricated housing with bamboo? You said you have starter kits?
Yeah. There's a couple of companies that do it here. One of them, I think, is Kubo, and they do engineered bamboo, which basically isn't,
Ah,
yeah, that's not too affordable, unfortunately. It's importing bamboo panels from China and kind of assembling them. And so they
mm,
work with mainly with private clients. But yeah, ours is trying to be more locally based, using all bamboo you can find here. And yeah, prefabbing as much as possible, making it a modular structure so people can add to it later on. Or
mm.
they're really excited to help people right now, and then maybe, of course, later offering it to everyone, so to make their tiny house or any structure they need at their houses. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, well, I didn't realize it was engineered. I thought, yeah, sustainable. I always thought that was weird. If it's from the land there, why not just take it from there?
Yeah.
But I guess, I don't know. Is it because it's cheaper to import it from China as opposed to like harvesting it there? Is that the benefit? Or I just don't see
Yeah.
any benefit. That's why.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
me personally.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, well, taking a round pole like this and creating a flat board is actually kind of unsustainable in a way, because it does require
Ah,
lots of glue, it requires lots of energy, transportation. So we found out that the hard way. We started making, you can see we have some of like desktops and
oh
flooring.
yeah.
We make all that now off of our offcuts, but every time you break it down, it does cost more money. And
Oh.
yeah, so that's kind of the reason I think that it's much easier to, rather than invest in all those machines that it takes, to just buy it from abroad. But I think our model, where it's kind of more of a community based, uh, just serving your local community and not having to like uh, spend on shipping or too much on logistics, is really a good model for the rest of the country. And I think we've been getting lots of interest in like expanding to treatment services all across the country, because we're right now one of the only ones doing this, and we get like inquiries from Luzon, Mindanao, and Palawan, and always it's the shipping that kind of kills the deal. So
Yeah,
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 that's why you really need these shipping help. So FYLPRO Network, or anyone watching, if you've got tips, definitely reach out to Ray. I guess, we've also been reminiscing, Ray, about FYLPRO over 10 years. You said you were a
yes.
batch, from 2017. I guess, what's one of your like favorite memories, or like when you look back at your experience, what are
Yeah.
you most proud of, I guess, or happy about?
Well, yeah, I think getting to meet Vice President Lenny Robredo was amazing. At that time, it was, even then she was uh, an amazing leader and held a presence in the room. Hopefully, she wins this year. Uh,
Are you registered to vote? Are you allowed to
yes,
vote? I don't know. Yeah, there
yeah,
you
I'm
go.
registered.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wait,
uh,
sorry, I'm gonna divert a little bit. How was the
sure.
election? How has it been there with the elections going on? It must have been crazy.
Um, yeah, I guess out here in Darwin, we're pretty sheltered from a lot of that stuff. But yeah, it's amazing how people kind of forget about the Marcos uh, era, and uh, they, I guess, even a lot of people on our team are like more interested in what those people or the politicians can do specifically for them. Like one of our teammates was saying, like, Marcos has this gold buried away that he's gonna take out when he's president. I'm like,
Yeah, there's a lot of those
yeah,
conspiracy theories
yeah, yeah,
out there. Yeah. Are
yeah.
they mostly, who are they all supporting in what your area? Is there like one candidate everyone's really talking about in your area? Or is
I
it
guess
mixed?
in my bubble of Facebook, there's a lot of Lenny supporters, and but I think we're converting more and more on our team. But yeah, I think since there's so many candidates, it's weird, like they're all spread to the different ones. It's not like, but I think Lenny has the most hold here, at least in our
Wow,
circle.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's so interesting. So you're there at a very interesting time. You left Seattle for like a place during COVID, during
yeah,
Philippine elections, starting a new business.
yeah,
That's a lot going on. And you have kids.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's good. I have much respect for your wife.
Well, yeah, I also do too. Like she's been a partner in this business from the beginning. She's a social entrepreneur, so our skills definitely balance out. And she's this year we're actually trying to convert to a cooperative model. From right now we're sole proprietor, and we're trying to root the business more in the community. And so she's been handling a lot of that too. So she does so much for
Wonderful.
us. I'm very lucky.
Yeah, very well, she is too. I'm so glad that you guys were
Yeah.
able to find a place and stay there. So you said Lenny was one of your fun
Yes.
experiences
Yeah.
and your
Well,
classmates or
yeah, the batchmates. I was there with EJ. I got to room with EJ David, and so
oh, he's always fun.
yeah, yeah, processing the day every day with him, like when we go back to our hotel room, was really like special, like because he comes from such a different perspective, that social activism. And like before the trip, like I kind of didn't really have that lens, but after the trip, like I definitely see how colonialism has affected architecture and design and the built environment in the Philippines. And it really opened up my eyes, how things are different. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
amazing for that.
Did they have discussions about that? Because I found that interesting too, especially when you go to like Intramuros and you learn about the history there and just kind of how much that city has been through,
Yeah,
and how a lot now, I don't know, we could talk about architecture also because
sure.
I like architecture. I don't study it, but I feel like it says so much about a place. It's a sense of place, right? And
Yeah,
especially in Binondo, there's all these old, really cool buildings that
yeah.
they're trying to tear down and redevelop into condos
Oh.
or, new ugly things. It's like, why not restore? What's the challenge there, you think, with restoring the historic buildings? I don't think there's an appreciation for that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just like when people tear down the coastline for like a mega city along the beach. I think it's similar. They don't maybe appreciate that sort of opportunity as much, and they just want to start anew. I think that so much of the history is seen in Manila, like you said, like Intramuros, where um, the city behind walls, they called it, right? And I I always have this theory of like before the Spanish arrived, we didn't have any walls, right? The Spanish built the walls, which are beautiful and amazing right now. But back then they started the idea like either you're inside the walls or outside the walls. And so
Mhm.
driving around all the subdivisions in Manila or even here in Dumaguete, it's still the same. Like you have a huge wall with the glass on top protecting your inside versus outside. When you go into the mountains, it's like everyone's just, it's like more free flowing. I guess there's security issues, but you have to wonder what would have happened, what the Philippines would have been like if the Spanish didn't come and erect the walls and say you're either in or you're out. So I, I think that's the case for more study and discussion, but I think
That's where your
yeah,
EJ David comes in.
yes,
That's when you
exactly.
start
Yeah,
talking about,
yeah,
the mentality behind it, because there's so much symbolism to that, the walls that separate us economically, culturally. And yeah, that was one thing I noticed also, is that everything has subdivisions, like these massive areas that have guards, and you can't even drive through these certain
yeah,
streets because of these these big complexes and who lives there.
exactly.
So yeah, so it's so, that to me is sad, but at the same time the reality. And but you look at you're breaking down the walls, Ray. Break
Exactly.
down
Yeah.
those walls.
Yeah. We built our house. We don't have a wall behind around our around our house.
Yeah, and you have
Yeah.
bamboo, it's open air concept. I believe in that too. I mean, like you said, there is it's hard when you do have security issues, but at the same time, there's probably a better way to
Yeah.
design that. But
Definitely.
anyway, we could always talk forever, but we only have 30 minutes. But I wanted to give you a chance to, give people your contact info or where they can find you, how they can connect. This is your
Sure.
time to plug for you.
Cool. Yeah. I'll share my our website here. So here, kawayancollective.com is our URL, and we have a lot of information about who we are and what we sell and just what we do. We're basically a bamboo lumber yard, and we sell treated poles and panels and products. You can learn about our treatment process and how we turn bamboo from a temporary material to a long-lasting material. You can we offer product design and consultation. If you do want to build a bamboo house, we're happy to do an estimate or just advise on durability. And yeah, you can just, we opened it in April 1st, 2019.
Wow.
So we're coming up on 3 years, and it's been a journey, and we're very proud.
Oh, leave it on that part. You said there's emails there.
Oh yeah, here we go.
Yeah. Okay, there's the contact info. So you can connect. Yes.
Yeah. We're on Instagram and Facebook too, so you can check us out there.
Okay, awesome. Well, you know what? I had such a great conversation with you, Ray. When I come back to the Philippines, I have to go down to Dumaguete area and then come down to where you are and see your work firsthand.
Sure. Anytime.
And anyone else who wants to come with me, you guys can come with me.
We're really excited to have more visitors. Yeah, please come.
Actually, hopefully next year the immersion program will be back. Yeah. You know, we'll try to do that, and it would be awesome to have you be one of the stops if if they can get it together.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah, because you are one of the great examples that you can move to the Philippines, start a business, and have work-life balance because you have your family there with you as well. Yeah. All right. Absolutely. Well, Ray, I appreciate your time. You guys check him out for sure. And we'll stay in touch. Don't be a stranger.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. Thank you.
Bye, Ray. Aloha.
Bye-bye. Bye, Annalisa.
Okay.